Just tell us your name and title first. Thank you.
I'm Ross Kramer. I'm an attorney at Winston & Strawn in New York City. We represent Attorney General Kane.
Kramer with a K.
K-R-A-M-E-R. I have extra cards when I'm done. So Attorney General Kane was just arraigned. It was before a magistrate judge. She was released as we had arranged. There'll be a preliminary hearing on August 24th at 1 p.m. and that should last the afternoon. And we're looking forward to fighting the charges that we received in the complaint. We're very confident that when all the facts in the case come out, that she's going to be exonerated. She has no plans to resign from her position. We think that the charges tell only a very small part of the story in this case, and we think there's a lot more that's going to come out over time, and we think that as people get a full sense of what the story is in this case, that that the narrative will look very different from what it does right now.
The narrative being that she is a political target herself?
No, the narrative that we've seen the district attorney's side of the story to this point, and it's certainly, in our opinion, slanted in one direction, but we think it really tells a very small slice of what was going on here. It really doesn't tell the background of what happened, which is essential to understanding everything that did happen, and it leaves out players, it leaves out communications. It's really only a very small part of the story. It's not uncommon in a criminal case, and we expect that as time goes on, a great deal more will come to light, and we're very, very confident that at the end of the day, Attorney General Kane will be exonerated.
Why should be so elusive? Why not let her speak today? We were prepared for her to come here. We were told she was going to make comments and answer questions. Why didn't you let her do that?
Well, Attorney General Kane came here not to address the media, but because it was a court-ordered appearance today. I believe that she will be addressing the media, possibly answering questions this week. This was all very fast. This happened. We had to get her in today. She made her appearance as required, and I think that very shortly you'll have a statement from her as well.
She's argued that she's a political target in the past. I mean, just, in January, I heard another attorney of hers and said that she was being targeted by her Republican opponents because she went after the establishment. Can you speak to that?
No, I think that there are other parts of the story, and the way we tell the story from Attorney General Kane's side will come out as this case goes along. We're really just on the first day of the case right now, and I think our side of it, even though you've heard snippets, really hasn't been told yet, and her side of it really hasn't come out. And it really will over the course of this case. That's how the process works. It's a marathon.
Did she get preferential treatment here today? A video conference to a magistrate 7 miles away?
No, they have this set up like this so that it can happen regularly. It's their facility. This was just the way it was done and communicated to us. This is when we were told to be here, and we were here.
Her reaction to having her mugshot taken and having her fingerprints taken?
No reaction. We went through the process. It was very quick. All of our interactions with the district attorney's office and the detectives here have been very professional. Attorney General Kane obviously knows the process, and we, as you guys know, we're in and out very quickly.
The governor says she should step down. What does she think about it?
She has no plans to resign at this point. That doesn't even enter into the equation. We're looking forward to trying the case, if need be, before a fair-minded jury, and having her come out the other side, and we see no reason at all to recommend that she resign. She has no plans to resign, and we think that at the end of this case, we'll get the result we're looking for before a fair-minded jury.
Could you explain the arraignment process? What happened while she was in there? Just run through it.
We were video conferenced with the magistrate judge. The magistrate judge read a series of standard bail conditions. We signed a waiver of speedy trial time so that we could have the preliminary hearing on the 24th, which is a date that was convenient to everyone. And we headed out, and we're ready. We're in the process of getting ready for that appearance on the 24th.
Was she
How surprised was your legal team?
I'm sorry.
How surprised was your legal team that there was an arrest in the first place, as opposed to DA Furman not bringing any charges?
I can't say we were surprised. We were certainly disappointed. You know, this has been going on for 9 months, close to a year. We've been living with it. Attorney General Kane has been living with it. We had meetings with the district attorney's office. You know, there had been a long fight that went all the way up to the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania. I can't say we were surprised by anything at this point, but knowing the full story as we know it, we were disappointed that it came to this, because we had hoped that once the full story was in the district attorney's hands, that, you know, reason would prevail and we could not show up at this point. But here we are, and we're going to go forward and continue to fight.
Was there any bail, or was she released no more?
She was released on an unsecured $10,000 bail, which means just her signature. She doesn't owe any money. She doesn't have to put down any money, and they were the most basic standard bail conditions.
Do you seek to have an out-of-county district judge and judge hear this case?
You know, it's just too early to talk about motions. It really is day one. This is the time in any criminal case when we're going to be evaluating what the legal situation is, what the facts are, doing our own investigation, and we're going to figure out where it stands. We'll get a motion date down the line, and if we think that's appropriate, it'll be part of the motions.
Did you tell her not to speak to us?
No, not at all. She's a professional in every sense of the word. She has her own plans on how to handle her office, her career, this case. You know, we're working together, but certainly she intends to stay in that position, and she intends to make her own decisions as things go on.
Do you advise all your clients to wear all white?
No, that was not. I don't offer fashion advice in all but the most extreme cases.
How can her office function with this indictment? She's under indictment. There's a lot of turmoil. She's declared war on former staffers, according to the indictment. There's been a lot of transitions. How can her office, isn't it a picture of dysfunction at this point?
I think it has been difficult, but this has been going on for a long time. They've made it work, and I think they'll continue to make it work.
She seemed to smile when she got into the car. How's her attitude throughout this?
Good, positive, upbeat. She's very confident. She's been confident from the beginning, all through the proceedings we've had so far. She has never wavered. She's been confident that she would be exonerated at every level we've gone through, and she continues to be. She continues to feel, as more of the truth comes to light, as more of the facts come out, as more of the story reaches the public, reaches a court, reaches a jury someday, potentially, that she'll be, you know, fully exonerated before any finder of fact.
How can she be so confident when members of her own party are saying, how can she possibly lead with these charges?
Well, I don't know that members of her party necessarily know all the facts of this particular case. I think there's a long background to this case. It very slowly started coming out in our briefing before the Supreme Court and the other courts who've been before. It'll come out here. I think that it's important for someone to really understand and have a full perspective of this case to understand why we're so confident and why she's so confident.
But can she continue to do her job to the best of her ability with this over her?
I believe so. She believes so, which is the only important measure here. She has no plans to resign. She continues to, she plans to continue working in that job and being effective and operating as the chief law enforcement officer of the Commonwealth.
Does she feel that the taxpayers should deserve to hear from her? This has been going on for more than a year.
Oh, I'm sure that everyone will hear from her. I'm completely confident that in short order you guys will hear from her. I don't know if she'll be taking questions. She keeps her own counsel. She's a real professional. She's done this many times and for many years. But I assume, I'm very confident you guys will be hearing soon from her.
So you were her counsel just for this issue?
No, we've been her attorneys since 2014. We went with her through the grand jury proceedings. Her lead counsel is Gerald Shargell. He's also at Winston & Strawn. I've worked with Jerry for many years, and the two of us together and